This is the Speaking of Writers podcast. I'm Steve Richards. The book is The Adventures of Sheila and Gaston the Cat. It's a true story about the travels of the Tracey family and Gaston, their cat. They traveled to and explored Mexico, Canada, France, and Germany from 1966 to 1967, which takes 18 months. Both parents are artists and teachers, and the children are also artists. Their mother is the favorite niece of her uncle, Yves Tanguy, a famous French-American Surrealist painter of the 20th century and a member of the Surrealist Movement. The author Sheila Tanguy, Tracey's artist and writing training started at a very young age. She started painting when she was 7 years old and started writing poems in junior high school. She started exhibiting paintings and ceramics with her brother in the De Young Museum in San Francisco. Both she and her brother Brendan entered the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade contest at ages 7 and 8, in which they both won second place. Sheila graduated from Monterey Peninsula College in 1997, took women's studies, and wrote 3 books. She was also a student senator and graduated from CSU Monterey Bay in 2000. She also took painting. She's painted 5 murals and written 5 books since then, and it has been an incredible journey for Sheila, and she joins me now here on the Speaking of Writers podcast. Sheila, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So why this book for you?
Because I wanted to share my childhood memories of my pet, Gaston the cat, who was such an awesome cat, and also share my adventures in Mexico, Canada, France, and back in Canada, and back to San Francisco.
Yeah, there's a lot. You've been through a lot you've experienced, too. What were some of those experiences like?
Well, I was young, and I was eager to see France, Germany, and Canada, and Mexico at a young age.
At a very young age. You were, what, 10 years old?
Yes, going on 11 years old through 12 years old. We traveled for about 18 months.
And Gaston the cat traveled with you?
Yes, he did, with my brother and my 2 parents. My father was at the wheel driving.
What's a memory you have from France? Let's start there.
I remembered my father painting the hallways while my mother worked in the art gallery below the building. Dora's grandparents' building in Paris, on the left bank, right on the quay of the Seine River.
What about Germany?
We took a short trip. The 5 of us, the cat and the Tracey family, we went to Stuttgart, Germany, where my father had a war hero who had been in Korea with him. He was stationed in Stuttgart, Germany, so we went there to visit him and his family, and we returned abruptly back to Paris.
I mean, painting, as I mentioned during the introduction, you started painting when you were 7 years old. Were you painting in France and Germany on this trip too?
No, I was busy going to parochial school and learning French.
How about Mexico and Canada? What are some memories from your travels there?
I was enrolled in the Biblioteca, the library in San Miguel de Allende, in an art class, and we were painting with gouache on 11 by 8 paper. And I was selling my paintings as I was painting them to a doctor from Veracruz, Mexico, who wanted to have children art. So when she saw my paintings, she snatched them up before they were even dry and paid me a good sum.
You also started writing poems in junior high school. Did you keep a journal during this travel year from 66 to 67?
No, I didn't keep a journal, but I painted a fender sticker for VW Bug Volkswagen. The story is more or less like a journal of what happened from my memories of when I was 10 and 11 years old.
We're chatting with Sheila Tanguy. Tracey, her new book is The Adventures of Sheila and Gaston, the Cat, a True Story. It's available at Amazon.com, also BarnesandNoble.com as well, and bookworld.org. What would you like readers to take away from this book, Sheila?
That if you have a cat or a dog that's young and you keep him or her, the pet, with you, you can travel with them and they can adapt to new situations easily.
Yeah, pets have played a big role in your life too, not only Gaston, but Gus.
That's my unpublished book, The Trouble with Gus, the German Shepherd mixed dog. He's my latest pet. He's a German Shepherd and half Malinois, which is Belgian police dog. So he's a mixture of both. He had an adventure of his own. He had heartworm in the fourth stage of heartworm, and the SPCA where we found him wanted to put him in the German Shepherd refuge. He still had heartworm. They showed us the only German Shepherd dog that was him. He was 3 years old when we got him, and we took him to the veterinarian and to the SPCA and got shots for him and treatment medication, and he survived. He got better, and now he doesn't have heartworm. So we saved the dog's life.
That's great. So you wrote, as you mentioned, another book about your dog, Gus, who you're talking about here. How writing a book about Gus and your travels with your cat, Gaston, how has that helped you?
Yes, it helps me to fulfill a wish that I had wanted to do for a long time, was to write about it and share with the world my adventures. And it's possible to travel with children and pets, even in a small car, the way we did it, in a VW Bug. VW Bug looks like the insect. It's very small.
Traveling with family and your pets, did it bring your family closer together?
Yes, it did. But we all had a mission, was to stay together and to adapt to the new lifestyles, the new language, the new culture each time. And we saw Expo 67 in 1967, the first 3 days when it opened. And when we came back from France almost a year later, we saw Expo 67 just before it closed again. And our cat went in with us to Expo 67. We didn't leave him in the car or leave him behind.
Sheila Tanguy, Tracey, and the book is The Adventures of Sheila and Gaston, the Cat. It is a true story. It's available at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and also bookworld.org. Sheila, thank you so much for joining me.
It's also available at Doran's Publishing, bookstore publishing. Have a great day, Steve.
You too, Sheila. Thank you.